I posted on Sunday, and this was kind of interesting as I sat in my office on Sunday and I was looking at the S&P 500 and I said, this market feels a lot to me like the market back in 2018. And back in 2018, I had been short the NASDAQ 100 all the way into here. And back in 2018, I made a 60% position buy. So that's an all-in buy. I was short triple Q. I covered most of it, and I happened to buy something pretty close off the lows. I bought it at 240. It looks like the lows was 234. And this is after the Fed announced in 2018 that they were going to stop raising interest rates. But the market had the exact same feel to me that this was the type of a market that we were in. And that's why I think I just subconsciously found this chart and posted it on the Twitter page on Sunday. So I didn't predict anything. It was just the same market that I was feeling. So what I did post on Sunday night for members is that for the most part, I was done selling. So keep in mind, S&P was down 4.5%. The NASDAQ 100 futures were down 5%. It was red on the screen. It was Sunday night. Jim Cramer was predicting Black Monday all over social media. And basically, I just wanted to, communicate to members that where I was, that was pretty much, I had sold everything that I was planning to sell, and I was just going to ride out the rest of it because I had more cash. I had some gold miners, but I also knew Sunday night that I was going to take out those NASDAQ 100 put options, and I covered that in the members video on Sunday. I spent about 5 minutes talking about those put options, and knowing that I was going to take out those options gave me the confidence to say, oh, even if my stocks keep going down, I'm going to have some protection here with the cash and the put options. So that's why I wanted to let members know that I was just pretty much going to hold and see what happened, or, manage what happened. So today, this was this morning, April 9th, 8:46 a.m. I wanted to spell out to members that I had a plan because the markets had gotten very oversold. I did not know that today was going to be the day, the reversal day. I did not know that whatsoever, but there was enough selling taken out of the markets that I at least wanted to have a plan so that if we got something like we got today, a headline, I don't have to sit there and try to figure out, okay, the table has changed. What am I going to do? So I always want to go into the day with a plan, and I try to communicate that with members. And what I communicated this morning is that if there's any meaningful tariff developments or resolution, that where I was going to add was either to the S&P and or the NASDAQ 100, even though they're below the 200-day moving average. And what that means is that if there's hypothetical tariff resolution or major development, which we did get a major development today, at any time, I'm not going to wait for triple Q, and we could put SPY in there to go up 25% to the 200-day moving average. So I knew that if, whether it was today or tomorrow or next Tuesday, that if we got some major development that I needed to have a plan ready to go right away to get reinvested. And for me, the simplest thing is, instead of buying a couple stocks and what have you, is just to put a lot of money into the index and just manage it from there. So I did communicate this morning what my plan was, that I would be going underneath the 200-day moving average if that came up. And then this morning, just a couple other things that I shared. 9:53, just that tariffs taking effect, high China tensions, the markets could be pricing in a lot of bad news. It almost felt like a reverse sell the news. We often hear about, sell on good news. This almost felt like today a buy on the bad news, but I was not buying anything today before we got that tariff news. And then on 10 o'clock, 10:23, I just posted that even though defensive stocks had been on my radar screen for the past few weeks, that after the heavy selling in tech over the past week, the reward to the risk probably moved back to the tech side. So I wanted to put tech back on the watch list. And then what I posted, this turned out to be good timing. So it was 1:09 p.m. and the markets really took off at 1:18 p.m. is when we can see the markets really took off. So 1:09 p.m. What I posted for members is, I'm not looking at any tech buys right now. Everyone has different time frames and objectives. My view is until we get tariff clarity, I think there's still some downside risk. But for those that were looking to scale in, start to build long-term positions around the volatility, I would focus on either defensive groups or tech and growth and underweight cyclicals. I think gold miners are set up well. And what I did was I redid the top 20 list and I put in some defensive ideas, but I added a lot of tech and growth stocks that had not been on the list on the weekend. And a lot of these were below the 200-day, because there was just something that, as I read everything in the market, that number one, I know that people were looking to put money to work, because I've been getting the phone calls from my relatives say, you know, I want to buy the dip and I've been waiting and this, that, and what have you. So I know that people are out there with either a watch list or looking to scale some money in. So I wanted to put out some fresh ideas. So I put some of the tech names on. So, and that was 109. And then obviously about 10 minutes later, we got that headline. But it's important. I like to keep members updated on what I'm seeing. And even though I wasn't going to buy anything until we got some news, I wasn't going to buy anything, but it doesn't mean that we don't have members that aren't looking to start to put money to work, or, you know, maybe build positions. And you know what I mean? So I just have to share, I have to understand where I think members might be looking for information, and then just try to provide the best information that I can. So quickly, what I did, and I posted it, was I updated the top 20 list, and I posted that just after this 109.
Welcome to Blue Chip Daily, one of the industry's premier sources for high-level daily technical and trend analysis. Blue Chip Daily is ideal for both investors and traders of all time frames who want to be on the right side of major market moves and trends. We focus on over 750 large cap stocks, all major stock indices, over 70 exchange-traded funds, bonds, oil, gold, and Bitcoin. Sign up now for Blue Chip Daily, and you will get access to real-time portfolio alerts, premium Twitter page with intraday alerts and commentary, the chart of the day with best idea, daily video and report, and much more. Claim 30-day trial at www.bluechipdaily.com. Subscribe to the Blue Chip Daily YouTube channel for more technical and trend analysis videos and other content.